Well, as we said, there are so many things that we've forgotten about over the years, but it seems 2023 had a similarity in how it kind of went. The trends kind of went a very particular way, and to the point where we could almost predict when someone is about to do something, we're like, okay, I know this handwriting. I know this handwriting. And I feel like genuinely some of the things that you're supposed to be leaving behind in the next year, for me, 100%, 100% is one, either contract a PR firm, yeah, to do proper cloud chasing for you, to do proper garnering of, publicity for you, or leave cloud chasing to the back. Because some of your handwritings are so predictable. Now, if someone falls and then they take a picture of themselves at the hospital, I no longer, my first instinct is not, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I hope you're doing well. Is there a pay bill number? My first instinct is, sasa huyu anajaribu kupromote.
What a fire music video.
What, that is literally the first thing I think of when I see someone's bad incident happening. Even to the point where we can't even trust between someone actually asking for help. Like, when Omosh was trying to look for money last year, we weren't too sure about it. We're like, is he cloud chasing for some new project that's coming on? Until we found out that actually, no, he wasn't cloud chasing. He really was in trouble. We saw people like OJ also come out and say he was going broke. We saw a lot of people who were, doing funny things, and we're like, we're not too sure about it. But at the same time, we've also seen people who've cloud chased for like the longest time. For example, but not limited to, the Wa Jesus family, okay? Come for me if you want to. I don't care. It's
always
true.
the clickbaits.
We have the Bahatis. Come for me if you want to. It's not my business to start and fight you. I'm just telling you the truths for what they are. We've also had very notoriously this girl who's now dating the ex to Lydia KM. What's her name?
Jovial.
Jovial. Come for me if you want to. I don't care. We've seen even politicians doing it as well, like actual politicians, cloud chasing. Let's not forget, we just spoke about this couple last year, the throuple that is now a couple. We spoke about her, Karen Nyamo, and her man Samido, always doing something for the internet that we don't really care about. So you know what I want to say? 2024, if you are trying to chase clout, please be shameful enough to contract a PR firm to give you something,
A good
to give you a
storyline.
script, to actually guide you through it. Otherwise, we're over you and we're over it.
Another thing I don't want to see in this new year is fake friends. You cannot be all of you with your big age saying, oh, fake friends, I have fake friends. We are too grown. You're too grown. You need to prioritize. You need to figure out who is a friend, who is your best friend, who is an acquaintance, who is a friend that turned into family. You need to put them into categories. Not everybody you meet becomes your friend.
Bestie.
Please.
No.
Weke kwa category. I am so tired of just opening. It's always a lot of emotional dumping on people. You open your social media apps, somebody is saying, story time, that time my friends did this to me. That time I found out I had fake friends. Even roommates. You're living with somebody in a house, contractually obligated to be in the same house, and then they become your friend. Please, that is a roommate, okay? Figure out who is your friend, who is your roommate, who is your bestie, who is an acquaintance, who is your
Colleague.
co-worker.
Yes.
There are so many
Close
levels
friend,
to this.
best
Keti
friend,
chini
ziko
uandike
mingi.
list. Ujue who, because I am so tired of you all coming on the internet and dumping your traumas on us. You think it's easy. You think it's easy every time I see the hardships you're going through. It takes us a toll on us. Yes, we're going to laugh about it. It's good for your engagement. You know, things are working well. Things are working out. People can relate to it. But can you think of the people who are just triggered by your nonsense? You're like, this can't be it. So I am tired of coming on the internet with people setting up their cameras and starting to cry. Or others very nonchalantly telling us very traumatic story while doing their makeups.
Thank you.
That time my friend almost killed me in Mexico and left me for dead. What do you mean? What do you mean? That time my friend sold me to the cartel. That's not your friend. So, in this new year, hakuna fake friends, okay? Figure out who they are. There's somebody you met yesterday, your girls for the clubs. Who is your friend and who is not your friend?
At the same time, another thing that we need to do, and it's in a combination. One, condoning, normalizing, justifying, allowing, and even going so far as to making us forgive your partner who just committed domestic violence on you, physical, any form of physical violence on you, verbal, financial, any form of violence. And then you coming onto the internet telling us about the sob story, yeah? Yeah? And additionally, after telling us the sob story, you're very quick to tell us, let's forgive him because the Lord is our shepherd. We are refusing that. Any form of justification and normalization of violence is a no. It cannot be happening in this year 2024 because I honestly do not understand how you tell us this gory, this horror-filled, almost out of a thriller horror movie, yeah, directed by Tarantino. And then after that, you tell us, no, let's forgive him. You know, actually, let's not do it. Please, I can't. At the same time, now, another very important one we just need to leave behind, victim blaming and victim shaming.
True.
So some people actually come out and they stand by their word. They're like, yes, this person abused me in this way and this way. They have evidence or otherwise, yeah? And then the first thing we do is we immediately come for them. I will never forget, last year we spoke about this, and I never speak of Pretty Vichy in any, regard, let's just call it that. I never speak of her in any regard, positive or otherwise. I just feel like she's just another person cloud chasing. But the day that she posted a picture of herself showing her glow up, and someone went to her social media comments section and said, isn't this the same girl who was physically assaulted and
Sexually assaulted
by their father when they were in class 3? And I can never forget how painful that was, not just to read, but to actually sit down and think that someone is somewhere at home on top of a toilet, typing these things as a keyboard warrior. Can we please stop doing this?
True.
Nobody is deserving of physical violence, financial, any form of abuse. No one is deserving of it. No one goes out looking for it. It just happens to you. So let's not try and now take away the strength which they have, which is their voice. The courage it takes for someone to sit down and actually decide, you know what, I'm going to come out in the open and tell this story. Let's not forget Avril Nyambura, very, very bravely, actually, in anger, posted and told us some very personal information about her and her relationship with her man, Jibril Blessing. Jibril, who actually is a very seemingly nice guy. Kumbe, he has skeletons in the closet and none of us knew about it. And the moment she talked about it, what did you people do on the internet? You went and completely shamed her, saying things like, oh, now you're telling, you really shamed her to the point where she actually deleted her Instagram account. Imagine that. Imagine the victim blaming for someone who's actually gotten the courage to speak about this. Obviously, it didn't happen overnight. According to Jibril, it happened multiple times, right? But in those cases, they would throw hands at each other, right? So when she was overpowered and actually spoke about it, because it's not right for a woman to be over there fighting a man, Courtney WWE, what are we doing? Madness. So let's stop victim shaming, and at the same time, let's stop normalizing any form of abuse or violence.
And I don't know what was in the air last year, but the amount of breakups that we
Good
saw,
God.
especially celebrity breakups, mara wameunfollow each other. Hadi Cardi B can follow Offset. We don't know what is happening. There was something in the air. It was screaming divorce and separation. We don't want to see that in this new year. We want happiness. We want bliss. We want to see the good side of marriage, the good side of relationships. Sio kila siku toxicity. Please let us change the narrative. And it is so messed up that even your algorithm actually promotes the toxic stories, the toxic breakups, the skeletons in the closet, but nobody is just actively promoting the good side of relationships. And even when people post those videos, oh, I went with my partner on vacation, these are our videos, blah, 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 the comment section is just like, God, when? God, is it because I am a spoon? Instead of saying manifesting this for me, instead of saying I'm working actively towards having such a relationship, you're just over there clowning. Can you imagine somebody just post a cute picture of them and their husband and their partner? They're just vibing. They're just being in love. And then make a foolishness. Uko tu kwa comment section, mtaachana. Can we stop it? I feel like it's even become a spiritual thing. I don't believe in these things, but it just feels like there's this energy of, we're not staying together for long. I'm just waiting for something to happen and then I dip. Can we stop this? In this new year, we want healthy relationships. We want things that are working, please.
Yeah.
Do better.
And anyone who's actually doing anything to promote peace and joyous information in the atmosphere. For example, Claire Karatu just started her podcast, I think last year, towards the beginning of November, called the Blended Family Podcast. And I'm just like, yes, girl, do that. She's talking about her experience living in a blended family because she did blend her family with her partner. So talking about these experiences, because it is such a stigmatized story as well. So I love to see this kind of energy being infused in the air because, the breakups were doing entirely too much.
True that.
And then another one, keyboard warriors.
Trolls.
Keyboard warriors.
Body shamers.
Body shaming. Fat shaming, skinny shaming. Shaming you for being single, shaming you for being in a relationship. Shaming you for having money, shaming you for not having money. Like there is absolutely
You
no
can't
subject
do right on the
under
internet.
the face of the earth that cannot be trolled, right?
Especially on
Yeah.
Twitter. I feel like there's just this energy of you can never win when you're on
There's
Twitter.
never winning.
There's always that energy of I can say the
Absolutely
worst thing
not.
to you,
Yep.
and I know for sure somebody will back me up.
Thank you. The worst ones are the backhanded ones. So it's like, I give an example of a rat because that's what rats and mice do, especially rats. Mice are cute. Rats. Your rat self is over there telling somebody, you look nice in that, I didn't expect for you to look nice in such and such. I'm just like,
What?
what? You
What
are
do you mean?
biting and blowing at the same time. I don't know whether this is a compliment or this is a backhanded compliment.
I don't have that screenshot.
Yes.
Even our
TikTok.
audience. No, our own audience.
No.
Last year, somebody on Facebook. So you can
You
just
old
tell the
Facebook people.
demographic, and it was like in Kikuyu or Kiswahili, they're like iki kisichana kikubwa kinakuwa kikubwa on TV, kumbe haukuangi mkubwa sana hivo on in real life. I'm like, wait, what? Ati kumbe ni kikubwa vizuri. I'm like, wait. I feel offended, but at the same time, I'm feeling complimented. So I was not understanding.
It's very
There was that
backhanded.
energy over there.
You're not sure whether it's that's why I call you
Attacking
a
and
rat.
defending.
Because you bite and then you blow. You bite me, I feel pain, but then by the time I'm realizing, ni pain, am I feeling pain? You have already blown me down. So siski uchungu sana. You rats, can you stop it? These people and if you know friends who are like this, because guy, I was sending screenshots to Turi the other day. I think actually still in December. The screenshots that I sent you about that girl who's just living her best life. I swear she's just living her best life. Suddenly, lo and behold, you see somebody coming on her comments. Always the first person on her comment section was this person. They were clearly had issues with her, calling her a class 8 dropout, saying she's fake, her fake Swahili accent. I'm just like, how is it possible? You, the first commenter. So you can only imagine they're constantly waiting for you to post. Imagine the dedication and energy that it takes for someone to set a timer such that they can always be the first person to comment and destroy you on your comment section. Me, I am tired of people talking about their suicidal ideations. I am tired of people speaking about their substance and alcohol abuse because of the fact that they are trying to drown the trolls. It's not healthy.
True.
Even you, as you're sitting down with your keyboard and you are warrioring, please, can you please
Are you not
analyze
ashamed?
yourself and ask yourself, what is my problem? What is my issue? But what is wrong with me? That the only way I get off is like talking smack at someone. It's giving mean girl but with no mission. It's giving high school bully who just bullied for the purposes of bullying because that's all they knew. Get help. You're not well.
Find God.
You are not well. Please
Seek
find
Jehovah.
God.
Yeah.
What, do you have another one?
No, I do not. I'm done. Y'all
I
know
think I
better.
have one
as
more.
as humans.
I have one more. And this is specifically with regard to, what was her name again? That gospel artist who was, in the name of the gospel, shaming everyone into covering themselves up under the guise of,
Maraji.
will God... No, she's a Kenyan gospel artist. She even has a fashion line. So my question was, why do you have a fashion line that you are trying to sell people clothes? I'm
Masika.
trying not to say her name.
We'll say it.
Fine, Masi Masika, you have your own clothesline, but you were very ready to shame people because they were wearing swimming costumes to the beach. What is your problem? These people who are taking religion and weaponizing it, please, let's stop weaponizing religion. It doesn't make sense that you, in your high and mighty chair, feeling better than every Christian. You are the most Christian of all Christians. You are the most Muslim of all Muslims. You are the most Jew of all Jews. What is your problem? You're over there weaponizing it.
Has a lot of pick-me energy.
Pick you? Who is picking you? The Lord your Father is not even visibly here. Can you people stop weaponizing religion? Like, he's really not, like, how is it? You get what I'm saying? It's an invisible idea, but let's not even start getting into religion. My problem is the weaponization of religion for you to feel higher and holier than thou. The same energy of people in chamas, in churches, and other religious sects, where you'll find there's a group of people who always are commanding what people need to wear in church, what people need to look like, what people need to drive, Can we stop? Because who gave you these commandments? Me, I need to understand where you had a voice calling you and telling you that it is time for you as a person to start exercising the will of whichever your God is. It just doesn't make sense to me. Let's stop weaponizing religion either for, defaming people or for shaming people into believing that they're not worthy and you are more worthy than them. It's not right. 2024, please, let's all go in knowing we are all on the same boat. We all are suffering the same economical, situation. We are all suffering the same spiritual and financial and mental health issues. We are all in the same bad boat. We just need to wade our way through. We are all suffering with the petrol prices being high and kerosene. God, I saw the price of kerosene and I remember the days you used to buy it for 50 shillings. Let me tell you, we are all going through a lot. So stop taking the chance to then put someone else even further down. It's not right. In the name of Christianity, in the name of whichever religion that you're in. It's just not right. Let people live their lives. Yeah.
Let the poor breathe. Let the poor breathe.
I think that sums up this part of the show. Let's get into Ask the Girls.